Hey nerds and normies, I'm here today to explain why I think climbing out of the lowest ranks in Valorant can be impossible, even if you have the ability to play in those higher elos that you think you deserve. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a coach and all the things I say here are just my thoughts and therefore what I think. My credentials are just being able to play with players that should be far better than me, so take everything I say with a couple, maybe more, grains of salt. You're free to leave your own 2 cents in the comments, and I encourage you to do so. Also, I know everyone says this, but if you enjoy the video, or even if you don't, understandable, please at least consider hitting that red subscribe button. If it's gray, thank you for subscribing, and let's get back to the video. So you're a little baby iron player, but in unrated, you're able to dominate enemy players and use all the guns in Spike Rush. What is it with rank that keeps you from winning? That is a fake story. Obviously, I mean, if you're doing that well, there is no chance you're in iron, but something about it might speak to lower elos. Your mechanics might be good, your aim might be insane, your util might be perfect, but you can't rank up. I think that I have decent game sense and util usage, and I can hit my shots most of the time. Some of the time. Anyways, I've full carried games with 30 bombs only to lose to what I think the main problem with ranked is. Teammates. Don't get me wrong, you definitely need to play well if you want to win games, but sometimes your teammates will either just be starting out or just straight up throwing. What can also happen is that the enemy team has players that are simply better, or smurfs, or people wanting to play with their friends. There are a few ways that these can be solved, which I'll get to later, but for now, I just want to explain the true reasons that these are such problems. Teammates. Teammates can be insanely frustrating when they don't play around you or your util. For example, I have a friend who loves to play Killjoy. She has great util usage, game sense, and is generally able to get hers. She knows callouts and how to use comms, but she's playing with people who don't understand how to play around a sentinel and just flat out ignore her when she tells them not to stack her sight. People in Iron and Bronze all have very different skill problems, and that doesn't usually make balanced teams. We can be using perfect util and just not winning gunfights, while someone else might win every gunfight that they take and just have 0 util usage. This makes for some games that feel natural and fun, and others that leave you confused as to what your teammates are even doing. The experience is demoralizing, and is why a lot of people stop playing ranked. It's simply too unpredictable in terms of teammate ability. In low ranks, few understand the game well enough to play well, but there are some, enough in fact, to have won in any given game. This makes some teams simply better because they have that player making plans, winning fights, setting their teammates up, etc. That brings me to my next point about teammates. Playing duelist in low ranks sucks. Your initiators and controllers will not set you up even if you ask, most of the time at least. You have to force your way onto a site with no help while your team doesn't follow because some guy within a 5-kilometer radius has a gun. It's not fair to expect a duelist to top frag when their team just lets them die every round trying to entry. Simply better. Another glaring issue with ranked is that some people are just better. Your enemies might be able to frag better, have better util, more coordination, and or better game sense. These situations just feel bad. The games aren't fun, you can get tilted, your teammates will get mad at the duelist they do nothing for. I know this section is short, but it's a huge problem that we're not ranked on individual skill and instead on the team's overall performance. Top frag by like 15 kills remaining. Does not gain RR if they lose. Smurfs. Smurfs are often seen as the most annoying part of low ranks. For those who don't know, they're people who play in lower ranks either for content or because they're hard stuck. If you need to play in iron lobbies to feel like you're good, then you need to ask yourself why you play Valorant. It ruins other people's experience. You don't have to prove you're a good plat player to get a 40 bomb on irons. Like, come on, they're irons and you're in plat. Playing in lower ranks for content is less, but still pretty goddamn scummy. Oh wow, you can rank up to silver too with just shotguns. What about the tens of people that you just ruined the experience of so you can get clicks instead of playing in unrated? I do that shit in unrated because I'm not damaging the RR of my teammates. If I were better, it's not ruining my enemy's RR because I feel like it. Do not smurf in low ranks. Friends, I get it. Valorant is fun to play with friends, but you have to remember that ranked is not the place. People are trying to get better, and some immortal playing with their bronze friend does not excuse ruining their game. Go play unrated on your main. You don't have to pay for a level to count that way. The solution is very simple. Riot needs to ban smurfing and rank people based on individual skill. That's it. That's the solution. Rank people based on individual skill and fucking ban smurfs. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Bye!